Yo guys, what's up? It's your girl Dev, and today I'm going to show you the craziness that happened in Lost Kingdom 110. Holy smokes. Guys, it was insane. So insane. The past 24 hours have been nothing but rallying, building flags, more rallying, more building flags, cities getting zeroed, open field fighting, fort building. Oh my god, so much craziness. I got so much content for you guys. I've got rally reports, I got open field fighting, and I have a whole bunch of zeroing. I mean, this sad to see, but honestly, it's all preventable. At least the zeroing by bubbling your city when you're off territory. Stick around, guys, because this shit is so crazy. Alright guys, let's go ahead and cover some of the reports that we have. These reports are mostly from Kingdom 75, 1875, only because they did majority of the fighting. I do have a bunch of reports from 1874 as well. This is the mass amount of reports that we saw when the zones opened, because they essentially took the blunt force of this. So we're going to go through and cover some of these reports and find out exactly what happened. Okay, so let's start out here. Most of these reports are from passes and a lot of flags and structures and stuff. And this is pretty crazy report trades. Okay, so as we go through these reports, I'm going to go pretty quickly through most of them. We're just going to cap over the basics of reading a report. You want to look at the power, right? So 2.7 million power loss, and this is a 1.1 million power loss. Along with that, you're going to see the deads and the severely wounded. Severely wounded, as everybody knows, goes to your hospital. Slightly wounded goes back into your army as soon as you go back to your city. Alright, so that's pretty much a recap, okay? There's a few things you do want to look at these reports. Troops, the types of troops, and commanders that they were paired with. Remember, as a garrison commander at the very top, you're going to see that they were assigned as a garrison commander. So during the time on this pass, you have two garrison commanders. You have a Richard and a Charles Martel with a Mina and a Tao Tao. Okay, so just pay attention to this as we go through these reports. The last thing we're going to cover briefly are the troop buffs. Okay, so these are the buffs of the alliance that they had at the time of the rally and or as the garrisoning of the pass. Okay, so this is just, again, going over what you're going to see throughout these reports. Keep an eye on these attacks and the stats on the left-hand side and what is better or worse. And remember, as these happen and open up these reports, you're going to see that there's different types of commanders and the troop types that should be in it as well. Alright, let's get this stuff started. So these trades are pretty crazy here. 118 to 291. They did have a garrison change here. Let's go take a look at the garrison change. That's not the garrison change. Show me down the garrison change. There we go. A Charles and a CPO. Okay, so it's a little bit better trade. Still not something I'm going to put a CPO on this garrison here. And this should be all infantry, and I guarantee it's not. Oh, maybe it might be. Nope. There's some mix, some archers and stuff. Anytime that you have a Charles Martel on the wall, you should definitely try to shoot for getting a primary one troop type in these types of structures. Let's go take a troop buffs. And he was expertise. Definitely should have been a single troop type. They would have had a lot more better trades with a single troop type. Another one here, another really crazy one on the pass, 230, 888,000 with a Sun Tzu Charles Martel. This should be a single troop type, and there is not. Okay, so another thing that they should have done. Definitely took heavy loss in these structures. As you'll note on the right-hand side, this is the troops that they had left after garrisoning that structure. Pretty significant as well. So this was a mixed march. Hannibal Barca can do really good with mixed marches. A lot of troop loss. Here's the two garrison changes here. This one and then the one at the bottom with the Sun Tzu with an Ulju Mundak. And this should be all infantry, okay? All infantry. To benefit from Sun Tzu's extra ability of infantry focus. Here's a crazy one on a fortress here. 92,000 to 451,000 dead with a Richard and a Sun Tzu. Again, this needs to be primary infantry for this type of commanding pair. They did have a mixed march. Mina Barca, great combination here. See the 1-in-1. This bases off of Hannibal Barca's secondary, or one of his skills, where it allows for different troop type buffs for having multiple different troop types. I went ahead and looked at the Hannibal Barca skills, and here it is, the development tactics, this passive skill, where if it contains more than 3 different types of troops, all damage is increased by 10%. So that's pretty freaking crazy. I mean, come on. I mean, that's good assist. That's good help for 75 against these type of structures. All right, here's another report from Abelhund on a pass with DHVB. Another really crazy trade report, 226 to 518. Let's go ahead and just take a look at the buffs. A lot of troop loss in this. Their infantry, defense, attack, and health is significantly lower. This is kind of what you want and expect to see in a structured pass right there. Really great. I would hope that means that they have full infantry inside that pass. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, so here we go. This is a full infantry. Oh, wait. So additional troops there. Everybody else brought up some cabs. Almost full infantry on that pass. Some T3s in there. They're not really great that they have T3s in there. Bunch of mixed marches. Looks like they're just trying to fill it as best as possible. And this power loss 4.4 million to 2.3 million. Another really crazy trade, but the amount of loss and dead that they had is insane. As we go down here, people swarming the rally here, 279. Try not to swarm a rally, especially when they have extreme strength at 1.8 million. You're better to just run a counter rally. Alright, we're going to go into some garrisoning here, which is quite different than what we saw before. We have a Charles on the wall. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is a rally Charles with a YSG. Remember, when you have a YSG in a garrison, anybody who runs by that structure when YSG fires off his skills is instantly killed. Let's go ahead and take a look at the report. So we have Julius Caesar with a Yi Sung Ye on the rally here. Pretty good, intense trades there. I mean, this is a 1.6 million power loss. Tons of T5 gone. Took advantage of the mixed troop type. Just walking by right there, 26,000 dead. He could have, actually this might be him just taking a strike at the structure itself. Another one here, 42, 5, 99,000 dead. Oh man, that poor guy. 3,000 isn't a whole lot. 16,000, a lot there too. 27,000, jeez. This one's bad, 112,000. The Sun Tzu CPO. Okay, so you see on the left hand side, they were just walking by. If these stats are 0, that means that they're just walking by the rally. Oh man, 29,000. Ugh. Okay, so look at probably the best trades that I've seen so far. 2.5 million power loss for 76 and 1.9 for 75. This trade is actually pretty decent. Quite impressed. It's the Richard Sun Tzu. And again, mixed troops you saw up there. Almost had a single type march, which would have been really good for this structure, and they probably would have held it a lot better. But the deads here, 23,000 here. Mixed troop type as well, because it's taking a part of that secondary skill on Hannibal Barca. Battle logs, not what we want. We want troop buffs. Here's the troop buffs here. Definitely good to have better defense on this side, and cav attack's not too bad itself. Not too bad. And this is this is all reinforcements for this rally. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and review some city rallies. We have a whole bunch of city rallies to look at. We're going to kind of skim through most of them and show you the craziest ones. Here's one here, 742,000. He lost 145,000. His hospital is completely full at 224,000, and decent resources, not a whole bunch. And on Garrison, he had a Pelagius and a Mina. Pelagius isn't too bad on Garrison, definitely not a Mina. But this is just one report, and I'm assuming at this point they probably zeroed him out completely. When I come across reports like this, specifically, this person may have had a full hospital at the time and got 635,000 dead off of having a full hospital. That's insane. And unfortunately, we call this a complete zero, because by the time the next rally hits, it's essentially just a swarm and he's got instant death. Very sad to see, but unfortunately, if you're not keeping an eye on where your city is, there's nothing much you can do. Here's another one of these crazy reports from Nasser. Okay, so it's a 307,000 dead to 318 severely wounded, full hospital here. And the other thing that you want to catch here is that he is not in an alliance. That means no matter where he is, he's off territory and he has no protection whatsoever. He didn't seem like he had a whole lot of resources, so they may have been zeroed out before. But the watchtower damage to 26,000, which means that he had not been hit yet. Okay guys, I'm going to cover that king skill I just used on our allies. Now as you can see here, I did have to zoom out and zoom in, and using the king skill did kind of reset my screen. But look how effectively they use this skill. Now they're not on alliance territory, they're not even in the same kingdom here, in zone 6, fighting against 77. What we had them do is I activated the king skill, and you can see them move together as one. And as they're pushing against our enemies at the same time. This is a secondary clip that I also recorded on this situation, and it's pretty freaking cool to see how well they work together in pushing through enemy lines. Yes, they are on enemy territory, but the goal was to push them back away from the flag so 78 could rally the flags there as they were touching, making it easier for them to quickly get rid of them. But also in the same situation, we were able to protect the flag from reinforcements. This is probably one of the best examples of how a king skill is actually used, and it worked out pretty good in our favor. Way to go, 78. Alright guys, and that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in and rewatching some of the crazy content that happened in Zone 5. And as of right now in Lost Kingdom 110, we did a pretty dang good job pushing back 77 and 76. Now this KVK is not over, there's still a lot more to come. And good thing is, for now, we have no war. But that's okay. I mean, yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it does suck in some ways or another. But to be honest, it's been really great working alongside with 75 instead of against them. They definitely learned a heck of a lot since our first fight opening of the level 4 passes. I can't wait to see what the rest of this KVK brings and really how things turn out. But that's it for me, guys. So for now, just keep it real.